Hello again. There are 50 states in the United States, and there are 50 provinces in Spain. Now, were there 50 states 100 years ago? No, there weren't. There were only 48 states, weren't there? There were 48 states, weren't there? I can't remember. Let's see. When we're in 2013, in 100 years ago in the United States, there were 48 states. How many provinces were there in Spain 50 years ago? Well, when I came here 40 years ago, there were 50 provinces in Spain, plus Ceuta and Melilla. So, there were 50 provinces in Spain 50 years ago, weren't there? Weren't there? There were. Weren't there? Había, ¿no? Había 50 provincias en este país hace 50 años, ¿no? There were 50 provinces in Spain 50 years ago, weren't there?
Hello and welcome again to a new class. All right, today's sentence is, there were 20 of them, weren't there? The translation is eran 20, ¿no? So the first part is an expression that we use and we talk about números, right? The number of people. And the common mistake, el error típico, común, es decir, they were 20, okay? Ese es el error. We can't say they were 20. Hay que decir there were 20, okay? Ojo, repito, no decimos they were 20, no, para decir eran 20, no, decimos there were 20, okay? So don't forget. So there were 20 of them. There were 20 people at the concert. There were 5 people on the team, right? Eran 5 en el equipo. There were about 50 people at the meeting. So again, there were, decimos, literalmente en español sería había o hubo con el verbo haber. There were, right? Pero en español decimos eran. Okay, pero en inglés no decimos they were con el verbo simple to be. Muy mal. So repeat, there were about 50 people at the meeting. Eran unos 50 personas en la reunión. So keep practicing.
He visto muchos museos. I've seen a lot of museums. I've seen a lot of paintings. And in other museums there are satisfactory paintings. For example, I went to Paris and there were satisfactory paintings. Pinturas satisfactorias. There were satisfactory paintings. Yeah. There were some satisfactory paintings in Paris and in London as well. I went to museums in London. There were satisfactory paintings there too, but mine are masterpieces. Even these sketches, look. Abstract, but they're masterpieces. The ones I saw in London were satisfactory. There were satisfactory paintings in London, but not masterpieces. There were satisfactory paintings in Amsterdam, but not masterpieces.
Okay, welcome back. Let's continue our lesson with our sentence. There were 20 of them, weren't there? Eran 20, no? So we looked at the first part, eran 20. There were 20, ahora viene la segunda parte, 20 of them, okay? 20 of them, 20, literalmente en inglés decimos de ellos, 20 de ellos, right? So 20 of them, eran 20. So for example, si digo, eran 5. Okay, so how do we say that? Eran 5. There were 5 of them. Okay, y más ejemplos. Eran 50. So, ¿cómo es? There were 50 of them. Y si quiero aproximar, dar como un número más o menos, para decir, eran unos 50 o eran 50 personas, más o menos. ¿Cómo se dice? There were about 50 of them. Okay, so about, or también podemos decir around, pero no decimos there were 50 of them, more or less. Okay, that's very Very Spanish. So no decimos more or less. Decimos about or around. So there were about 50 of them. There were around 5 of them. Keep practicing.
Oh, man. There were so many tourists here yesterday. Yeah, here in the park. There were so many tourists. Yeah, there were millions of them. Yeah, there were millions of them. Cuidado, no decimos they were millions. No, eso es español. We say there were, había 1,000,000 de ellos. There were millions, o en este caso millones. There were millions of them. I'm telling you, it was crazy. Okay, no, I'm exaggerating. There were thousands of them. Oh yeah, there were thousands of them everywhere. Yeah. Okay, I'm exaggerating again. There were hundreds of them. But a lot of them. Yeah, there were hundreds of tourists. There were hundreds of them. Them, right? Sacando la lengua siempre. Them. There were hundreds of them. And that's why there's garbage everywhere. Yeah, there's trash all over the park because there were hundreds of them. Okay, there weren't millions of them and there weren't thousands of them, but there were hundreds of them. Absolutely.
Okay, we're at the last part of our class, so let's take a look again at our sentence. There were 20 of them, weren't there? Right? No eran 20. Eran 20, no? Okay, so we're going to look at the last part, which is the question tag. Okay, empezamos. Cuando tenemos un question tag, siempre va así. Si empezamos con afirmativo, the question tag es negativo, como en esta frase. Y viceversa. Si empezamos con negativo, el question tag tiene que ser interrogativo, afirmativo, normal, interrogativo. Pero aquí empezamos con afirmativo, por lo cual we have a negative question tag en el negativo. So, there were 20 of them, weren't there? Okay, usamos el verbo negativo, weren't there. Alright, so there were 5 of them, weren't there? There were 50 of them, weren't there? Okay, and today's word of the day is a very important word, especially today, is resume. Resume significa curriculum. Okay, so there were 20 of them, weren't there? Okay, so repeat, there were 5 of them, weren't there? There were 20 of them, weren't there? And don't forget our word of the day, resume. So keep studying. See you soon.
I'm here every day, and sometimes I like to take pictures to remind myself of what there was. But I don't need to look at the photos, because I know that yesterday there were 12 cameras. Weren't there? Yes, there were 12 cameras. Weren't there? I'll check. Yes, there were 12 cameras. And yesterday there were 6 handbags. Weren't there? Yes. I'll check. Yes, there were 6 handbags. And the day before that, there were 4 watches. Weren't there? Weren't there? Decimos, there were 4 watches. Weren't there? No decimos, there were 4 watches, no, sino, there were 4 watches. Weren't there? Repeat after me. There were 4 watches. Weren't there? Perfect. And yesterday, there were 6 dresses. Weren't there? Yes. Yes, there were. Okay, and the day before that, there were 4 pairs of shoes. Weren't there? Weren't there? Only 2 pairs of shoes? I have to go. I'm sorry.